There's something under the bed. Hello, everyone. Hello. Good to see you all again. Welcome to another episode of Something Under the Bed podcast. I'm joined always with my two co-hosts,
Marky.
Obi.
I didn't know if you guys wanted me to say Marquita.
Well, no.
I had nicknames for you guys.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say I can't remember what I was gonna say for Marcus, Marky the Windmaker or something like that. And then it was gonna be OB, NWA, no whites allowed. But I didn't know if you guys would be cool with me giving you these nicknames. So,
I'd be a little surprised. I'd be like, what?
Yeah, but no. But yeah, we're here recording on a very special day. Very special day. No, it's not our birthday. No, it's not any famous politician or someone who did things good for civil rights. No, fuck that. We are doing this on Friday the 13th. Ooh. October, where Friday the 13th happens, it's a good year. We did it. We nailed it.
Are we watching Friday the 13th tonight, or are we watching something else?
I'm gonna pitch it to Chris. Whatever she says that allows me in the bedroom as well will be put on. But I'm gonna pitch it.
Night.
I'm gonna pitch it.
Pick the movie. We do every other night when Naya's home with me. So tonight is her night. She's already stated we're watching Home Alone.
Oh
my God. That's cute. That's adorable.
Get festive early,
Early, yeah. Home Alone.
This kid listens to Christmas music
all year round.
I think that's probably my favorite thing. When she's in the shower, because she plays her music and she sings cute. At the top of her lungs.
That's cute.
She's cute.
And she has a what's that called?
CD player?
No, not more ancient.
Karaoke.
Rotary phone.
What's it called?
Well, you're doing this.
A cassette player.
No, older than that.
Zune.
No, the big ones, the vinyl.
Boombox.
What's the thing?
A record player.
I couldn't think of the word, y'all.
It's making a comeback.
Yeah,
it's making a comeback.
It's now hip.
Record
It's
player,
hip.
yeah.
It's hip.
So she plays blast music on it, yeah.
That's cute. Yeah, no, I'm going to try and pitch it. Friday the 13th, part 3. That's my favorite one.
I just watched that one.
It's when he first put on the hockey mask. So
yeah.
Technically, it's an iconic one. It was 3D, air quotes. I mean, it was 3D, but
I don't know. One of my favorite Friday the 13th is Jason Goes to Space.
That's my second favorite one. That's my second favorite one. It's so ridiculous. It's so campy.
It is.
It's just one giant set.
When he beating the girls up
with the sleeping bag.
Yeah, it's so cool.
You can hear them kind of laughing and giggling when he's killing them.
Because they're obviously not real.
They're not real.
No.
Yeah, because it's to distract him, and it does. It distracts him very well. I think it's you want to smoke pot? And it just that never really triggered him, but I think it was just circumstantial. He just happened to be in the area where the teenagers smoke pot. It was in the 80s.
I thought it was taboo. Maybe I'm wrong because I don't know, but I thought it was because he drowned while the teenagers were having sex and doing drugs and drinking. That's why he killed them.
That's why the mom comes back. I think it's literally the next year. It does honestly chronologically doesn't make sense because in the end of the first movie, a child version, which turns out to be a dream. Spoiler alert, in the second one it was a dream, but then he's an adult man in that same sequel. So how much time also was he growing up under the lake? Let's not go into poke holes about Friday the 13th. But in the first movie he was, like Marky pointed out, he was killed due to lack of paying attention to him. So that means his age would stop. He was dead. And then in the second one, he's a grown-ass man. He's a grown-ass man.
How did you grow when you died as a child?
Was he dead? Or was he
just
marinating?
Yeah.
The evil was slowly growing his body.
I don't think that the writers or the creators of these movies really thought about this. No. They were just let's make a scary movie.
It's the lake. There's something in the lake.
There's something. It's funny, they never really talk about it, but that would have definitely been an easy, something evil happened in the lake. He died in the lake, so it bonded with him. It was cursed or something like that. No, 100% Marky's correct. They were not thinking a sequel when they made this movie. No.
I think it was going to be one and done. Nobody's going to ask questions.
I don't know the budget off the top of my head, but it was very low. They got some actors. They all, 9 times out of 10, these people wear their own clothes. Because the budget won't allow, costumes. They won't allow money for wardrobe. So it's just a bunch of 80s kids and 80s adults showing up in their cut off jeans, making them into jean shorts. But they really struck gold with it. It's my favorite horror franchise.
Really?
I'll die in the mountain. I'll die in that mountain. And I love the Halloweens. I love a lot of other ones, but like, I don't know, Friday the 13th, I would smash them every year. I would smash them every Halloween because it would be like a marathon. And I just couldn't stop. They're so fun. They're so silly. They're so ridiculous. God, please more. So, this episode we're going to be talking about gore porn. It's not a name that I'm particularly in love with, but that's the best way to describe it. These movies are made by people that
like gore, torture, bloody.
I feel like a lot of the
more blood, more dismemberment, more
sexuality.
I feel like that's what it is to these people.
Right? I feel like
the creators.
Our list, a lot of everything else.
I think our list was actually kind of perfect. We did 6, we did 2 each, and honestly, I think the list. There's so many. Even Mark was saying before the episode about you don't realize. Oh, I'm not a big. What were you saying?
So I say I have always said I'm not into that genre of horror movies. I don't really like torture porn, gore porn movies. There's no depth to them. But then the more I'm going through all the movies that are considered torture, gore porn, I'm like, oh wait, I like that one. I like that one. And then some of them we just saw. We'll bring it back. There's a whole story to it, and it's so deep, and it's actually more than just, I'm going to torture this guy,
Exactly.
It's really it gets pretty deep.
So that one was mine, so we might as well just kind of finish it. So that one was mine. I like...
How were you when you first saw it? Did you saw in theaters? Do you remember watching it in theaters? Did you watch it on home? DVD?
I watched it at home.
Yeah.
And it was
Me too.
I want to say it was on HBO or something like that. Yeah. Late night, you know what I mean?
Man. I mean, good memories, dude. Memories.
And I think I almost kind of felt a little worried and scared. Yeah. No, I wouldn't say anxious. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Yeah, anxious would be what
is he really going to cut his, what? Oh my gosh, at this point, what would you do in that situation?
Give up. I'd be like, sir, you are not going to get what you're looking for out of me. How long do I have? Okay.
I would be a really bad person to kidnap. I won't do that. You want me to dig in my eye?
No.
I'd rather die.
No. So your body's gonna go to that fight and flight,
there's no fight. It's thinking. Can you give me the pressure? I cannot.
So it's fight and fail. You guys would fail.
It's not failing if you never try.
Okay.
So that's true. I'm just 60 seconds. Okay. All right, get ready for a show.
I feel like that's, you know what I mean? It's very gruesome, and that's probably what was on my list. When he cut off even the whole situation as they're going through this, there's a dead guy with his head blown up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This is a spoiler. Sorry, always spoiler podcast.
I've seen this one. It's been out for 20 years. Maybe 19.
No, not even that long. I would say 18. I would have to look that up, but I want to say 2006.
Yeah, so almost 20 years. Almost 20 years.
Let's see real quick. 2004.
Next year.
It's 2023. So do quick math. So 19 years ago. So 20 years was pretty close. Thank you, everyone. No, that's fine. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I agree. Yeah. No, but yeah. So the dead guy's in the room the whole time. You think he's dead. You think he's dead.
Yeah, but this is probably one of my lists. I did even as the series grew and they did additional ones, the torture got worse. I would think,
100%.
I was stop all of them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because they are so gruesome. The torture. Somebody's really got to be have a warped mind to think of some of the tortures that they did.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I want to meet that person and have a drink with them and maybe have a counseling session.
So, they saw something when they were young.
What are you thinking about?
They
probably were really into those old school torture devices.
Oh, I thought you were couldn't do like the little things where you separate the metal bars. Like the little
No, I'm talking about like the medieval. I'm talking about medieval torture devices.
The legs and the arms, or like, they went to Chicago. Have you guys been to the torture museum?
No, I did see it. That it was. Yeah.
They have one in Wisconsin too, or no, maybe. But it has a lot of like torture things, like the electric chair.
Yeah,
and
from like the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah.
That's like they had like the things like the Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
No. Did you? So when you first watched it, did you ever stop it?
No.
When you,
No, you watched the whole thing.
I didn't. I think I was so sunken into my chair. I didn't. If I had the will and the strength, I would have stopped just to take a breather, just like to walk away. That was the first movie I really saw that had like jaws being ripped out. I never thought of a movie.
I just want to say, like the first Saw, like that was probably one of the greatest plot twists that like any horror movie, one of
never think about it. No. You really don't.
No, yeah.
I was just thinking that's their fate at the end right there.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Yeah, when he walks up and it's like
he was there the whole time.
Game over.
And he's like, game over. Like, first of all, it was just a hair unbelievable. Like, because he was on that floor for a minute. I mean, without doing this, did he ever do this? Did he ever stretch out? Because if I was on the floor for like an hour, I couldn't move. A cold floor like that, I couldn't move. But that's just me.
He dropped himself. Is
that what he did? Yeah. I don't know. He dropped himself.
He did repetitive or something.
Yeah, so he would.
I couldn't do that.
So he must have really timed it right.
Tobin Bell.
He timed it right. It's just kind of coincidental that all of a sudden he kind of woke up. He must have really timed that dosage right.
But I mean, he was smart, right? He was,
smart, crazy. You pick.
What do you want?
No. Yeah, I love the movie. Yeah, it's a good movie. The first one's probably the best. I'll say that. The first one's probably the best. But I think there's nothing wrong with watching the other ones for sure. Danny Glover's fantastic, and he's the cop trying to find him. I like the going back and forth, but sometimes I do get a little confused by it. But
it doesn't really matter. I'm like,
you'll figure it. It's fine.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, you'll figure it out. Yeah, Cary Elwes is the doctor, right? The Man in Black. Love that guy. He's really, really, really good in it. I don't know that whole scene because it's hard to do a movie when it's just two people in a room, and it's like that's it for like a good chunk of the movie. So like the writers were like it's just excellent dialogue, where it's just they're trying to figure out what's going on, the back and forth. It was, I mean, that's just gold right there, what they were doing with that movie.
He plays, he's such a dynamic actor, because he's in a lot of different roles. He's in my favorite movie, The Princess Bride. I love that movie. I'm sorry, he's Wesley. I named my son after him. So, it's just he's a great actor. I think he's amazing.
Excellent.
He really knows, he plays these roles so well.
Yeah, no, he's definitely someone that I think can do it. Or I'm trying to think of the best one that I know from. I always think of Liar Liar, but he's barely in it.
Yeah, she's in front of
me. But Twister. Oh, remember he's in Twister too. You were randomly telling me about that a couple of weeks ago. He's the other story.
Yeah.
He's Bill Paxton's Lex Luthor. He's his arch nemesis. They both chase storms, but one has sponsors. He has really nice trucks.
Put together.
He's more put together than Bill.
He's the rival.
But Bill smells the wind and he gets
he does the dirt.
Yeah, he does stuff. He looks at the dirt and he just looks at the clouds and so the rich guys always Cary Elwes is always following Bill Paxton. Anyway, enough about that movie. But Cary Elwes, he's excellent. Saw, but Saw. I mean, I couldn't recommend it anymore.
Yeah,
that's a good pick. That's a really good pick.
I think that's perfect. Yeah, I think it's actually the perfect gore because it's there is gore in it. There's a lot of gore in it, but there's also mystery. There's suspense. It's a whodunit, sort of what the hell's going on. No, excellent pick. That's a good one for sure. Mark, what was your pick?
My first pick is House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh.
It was between that and his other one that I just
The
Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects. Yeah.
Say the other one where she's like alone. I forgot that one. Oh my god.
Oh, Lord of Salem.
I didn't watch that one.
I really like that one.
I didn't watch it.
I saw the trailer.
I feel like you have to be on acid to watch that.
Probably.
Okay, now we're talking, but Ned'll be afraid.
But unfortunately, I don't do acid.
Oh, well, there you go. That happens.
So you know who's in House of a Thousand Corpses? Dwight from The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's in it for a minute.
But that's before The Office, right?
That was pre-office.
Before The
Pre-office.
Office.
So this was before
Pre-office.
Dwight. What's his name? What's that actor's name? We're so good at this.
No.
Google it, but
It's his character's name is Dwight Schrute. His real name is Bright Boot.
I think that's it.
I'll take it.
Rob Zombie is just, he makes those kind of movies.
I love
and
it.
He's a huge fan of horror.
Yeah.
Huge fan. You can see his music videos.
He remade like the Halloween franchise. He made like he only made 2 films, but
Thank God.
it wasn't popular. But I love House of a Thousand Corpses. I think the family's so funny and so disturbing and just messed up. But they all love each other. They're actually they're
really strange.
but they'll die for each other.
Yeah. Oh, they're in it. They're in it. The guy the guy from the family, the firefight family, the most craziest one. If that helps. The gentleman with the long gray hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's Bill Moseley. He played Chop Top in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And very another famous iconic character. And he is very unnerving. He nails that role. I feel very scared every time he's on screen. Like, what's he going to do? How is he going to hurt them? Oh, yeah. He's oozing with that. Apparently he's a real sweetheart. So that's what made me respect him more. Like, he can turn it on.
Well, like, Sherry Zombie,
Moon Zombie, yeah.
she is crazy. She's so good.
You would think she would have been shot like at any of those moments, but
Yeah.
it's like they're almost invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You would think that like I could probably take her.
Yeah.
No, that bitch will take your ass out. Oh.
I can't stand that laugh. She does over and over again. And I get, she is crazy. She plays it pretty good. I definitely think she's crazy, but oh Lord, that laugh.
Yeah. But that movie,
over and over.
I enjoyed the ending because you think that girl, she's like, I'm safe. Even
though with this crazy ass bunny costume.
Yeah, she thinks she's gonna get away, and then she gets in the car, and you're not safe.
I'm not a big fan of that last little thing. The only thing that did kind of pulled me in is you meet the father of the Fireflies. He has like a gas mask on. He's really and then there's Dr. Satan, which they never. The Firefly family is like very crazy, and it's like weird. It's such a. But like when you introduce to Dr. Satan, I'm just like, whoa, who's this Dr. Satan?
Like,
and
you
it
think
never went anywhere.
Maybe there should be like a
spin-off or a
prequel
where you
they're worshiping Dr. Satan, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, right? Because he's not.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They love. Dr.
Okay.
Satan's like their dude. Like they love this guy, and I don't know. I just like I don't think there'll ever be like a origin story of Dr. Satan.
No.
The movie was all right. I had mixed feelings about the movie, but Dr. Satan, like I always thought like that, like what Mark said. I feel like the ending is really like she walks and it's like there's all these corpses and they're all propped up. It's like, oh God, she is stumbling across.
She's not gonna get out.
She's no way
She's gonna get out. She's gonna die. I would, like you said, you probably would just lay there.
I would have said and be like, just make it quick.
She does. She fights for her life only to just die.
I think
He gets
it's
to meet
right.
Captain Spaulding.
Yeah.
That's his name. His very interesting name, Captain.
I think he's so, because in the beginning of the movie he has the haunted tour.
Oh, yeah, he's dressed up as a clown.
Yeah, and so that's who they meet first.
Yeah.
So then it's just like, oh, you don't even think that he has anything to do with this family until the end, and old boy pops up in the back, and you're like, oh
my
man.
God. No, I hated when she fell into the grave and like those hands were like pulling at her.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
It's absolutely
I didn't
terrifying.
like that.
Yeah, being in it's like claustrophobia almost too, also with the things. But no, I liked the family. I liked the house. Very creepy, very scary. It just seemed like sometimes it was like a one big crazy like music video because it would be like random where like they're torturing a guy listening to music. It would just be a lot of flashes and it would just I don't know. The film was a little trippy. The film was a little trippy for me, but I can't argue with the fact that Rob Zombie is a huge fan of horror. I can't argue with the fact that it's a cult classic now. House of the
Oh yeah.
And like I said, Bill Moseley, the Firefly guy, and just the family itself is just very. They like it was a good. I can't think of the right word, but like the idea, like the family is. I think they nail it. They nail that uneasy feeling when the people come, and it's just there's something off about this family. You just immediately know, and I liked each individual character. I liked just the way they were set up. It was just. A lot of love in that movie. A lot of love in that movie. A lot of love for horror in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A lot of they weren't messing around. They were trying to
loved the family. Like they loved each other.
They definitely loved.
I just feel like the way they just like the setup, just like there was like they really thought about this. Like Rob Zombie really was like he had a good idea.
All right, I've been waiting for yours.
Oh, mine. Oh, yeah. No,
Okay, Hernandez has some interesting picks.
Exactly.
I guess I'll do Deathgasm.
Okay.
I should do the first one. Technically. It makes more sense, but
I really liked Deathgasm. Actually, I liked it. It was fun.
That is.
I know you hate that word. But I did. I liked it. It was fun.
It was. I saw this movie a couple years ago. And
my mind could not keep up with like everything. Like I would have to do other things as I'm watching this movie because I'm like, I know he did not put this on this list.
Deathgasm is.
It has its moments. Like
what was it? Let's get into it real quick. What was one thing that I guess you would change or one thing you didn't like about it?
Overall, like the movie was a very low budget. Very low budget. Like it was just I don't know.
Fun.
It was too fun. It was just too fun. I you know what I mean? I like I said, it was a good watch. What I could pay attention to.
Sure,
I feel like it was a lot hard to keep up. Everything was going everywhere. Like if we give it like this is a good cheesy movie. If we're gonna put that in the category,
you can recommend that. So, but you are technically saying watch it.
I actually watched something once, right? If you know what I mean, give it a chance. I tried. I saw good moments. When he like pulled the spine out of his ass.
Yeah.
I think my favorite moment, I even had like to burst out laughing as like the lady, you know what I mean? Like she's calling the spirit and she's like she has a shirt on.
Yeah.
Listen, she has a shirt on. And she's calling the spirit and then just rips the goddamn shirt off and like titties. Just listen.
I talked about this.
Going in her.
They have to be naked. When it comes to Satan worshippers and shit like that.
I think it's like...
What happened to the virgin and the white, Nana's gown? Like,
Well, there's a small... I think a small piece of the pie that goes is like, like we need a virgin like in House of the Devil.
That did not look like a virgin.
I mean,
but she was so quick to take off that shit.
She wasn't. She was aiming off the bad guy's concubine.
Yeah.
I was gonna argue that and be like, I don't wear bras, but I'm also not a virgin. Proving your point.
I'm not gonna tell someone to wear or not wear a bra. They can wear a bra or not. I think she chose the outfit of the function. We're gonna get crazy. We're gonna get wild.
Exactly.
Wear a bra. Are you ridiculous? Are you being ridiculous?
Satan that's coming in this body.
Yeah, I think she was proud. I think bang, a little vanity. I loved the movie. I saw it randomly, and I'm not a huge big death metal, but I can't argue with the guitar riffs. There's a lot of like sweet guitar. I love the music that they chose. It was you were talking about the spines that. I think a lot of it is definitely gory, but it all was sprinkled with humor.
Yeah.
I think it was like goofy. Over
Yeah.
the top.
I was gonna say the other term where they chop off the head, and he's like, "Go back, because you didn't lay a tarp down."
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly.
And when they do it, they lay it out. And
They grab a tarp, and they kind of look at each other, and he's like, grab the tarp. And they grab the tarp, and the one guy just holds the head, and and then like the head falls, and he's like, yeah, that was nice.
That's better.
That was nice. That's better. That's nice.
I like the scene where he moves to the new school or whatever, and he's talking to his new friends that he made, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to go do something?" And you're like, "Oh, what are they gonna do?" He thinks maybe something like,
do you want to do something really bad?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man.
So they go, and like the next scene is them playing D&D.
And then his cousin comes in with their best friend, and they spray them, and it turns out it's
pee, and it's like they said, what did they say? They were like, "Oh, I can't believe this happened again," and I'm like,
again.
Somebody would have got punched in the face.
I mean, the nerd is whatever, but the guy who's kind of like Chuck, he's pretty tall too. I was in his bed. We're gonna fight. But 2015, very low budget, like Obi said, New Zealand.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a group of people just trying to make something fun.
How did you stumble on this?
Obi, it was as random as stubbing your toe in something in the dark. It was on Netflix, and the thumbnail was just like, I honestly, I passed it a couple of times. It's like, what is this? You see the pentagram, a lot of devil horns in the tongue. It's like, okay, it's Rocky, and then I clicked on it, and it's like, it's a horror. I'm like, oh, and then I watched the trailer, and I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. It took a while for me to watch it. Once I watched it, I was like, oh, this is worth it. It's so silly. It's so fun.
I liked it. It was good. It was funny.
You say you like Kiss, and that's it. Like, tell me what to say you like the movie. I like that. I said the music, the guitar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I do love Kiss. But these guys are a little harder than Kiss. All their bands, like, I think it's like, the name of the band, the title of the movie is Deathgasm. That's the name of their band. And then the names, remember the scene where they're coming up with the names, they're all like really over-sexual and death and corpse, and it's just so over the top. I loved every minute of it. I thought it was hilarious. And then there's this part where the cousin, the bully, who sprayed them with piss, comes in. They just killed his parents because they were possessed. It was a big brutal battle.
I loved that scene though. Yeah. Oh my god, they were so funny. It was so good.
It's funny.
But the parents are classic they're zealot Christians who are like hate anything that doesn't line up with their views.
But this is not scary. We can agree to that.
No, it's not scary.
I mean,
it's a horror comedy.
It's a horror comedy for sure. But
it's like your Zombieland. It's like your Shaun of the Dead.
But I picked it because like we talked about, like our lists are pretty good, but like Deathgasm is like what Mark said. It's totally a comedy, but there's so much gore in it. It happened to just line up to my both.
I said right here. Well, that's a lot of blood.
Tons of blood. I mean, just chainsaw. He chainsaws his cousin. The guy looks at him. He's like, I don't think he was possessed. He's like, yeah, he was possessed. He was definitely possessed. That's why I killed him. We should get going, right? And I had there's some movies where it's like, why did you do that? No. His cousin was a dick.
Yeah.
I had no.
I wrote that too. I was like, his cousin is such a douche.
They rip out his nose ring. That is dude. Those are that's messed up. You don't rip someone's nose ring out of their nose. They ripped out his mom's in the nut house. They broke his pig. They messed up his room. I'm not saying that's worth getting killed, but if it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna cry over it. But yeah,
they're not missed. You're not gonna miss them.
Watch it.
You should. I think you should watch it.
She said, maybe.
I wasn't super over the hype about House of a Thousand Corpses, so I'm not going to get on her about that.
I don't know why that's questionable.
See, we're always going to have that thing where you think a bad movie's pretty good, and I think a great movie's pretty great.
No.
But it's fine. It's fine. That's why we have this discussion.
Yeah.
But both of us recommend. I recommend watching House of a Thousand Corpses. She recommends watching Deathgasm. So
100% watch both of them.
Obi, what was your next pick?
My next one was I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, she's talking shit about Deathgasm.
But this is the 2010 one.
Yes. There wasn't an original, which I did see, and I told you guys about that.
Yeah.
I technically, I'm sorry, Obi, you go on. I was just going to say.
We've all been talking.
No, I was just going to say, technically, it is better than the original. It is better than the original. The acting's better. The kill scenes are better. The pacing's better. The sound quality is better. I watched it. Oh, God, the sound quality of the original is really rough. It's really rough. So all those things are way better in this 2010 remake. But that's about the only good thing I'm going to say about the movie, though. It's better.
It's a hard watch. I watched it. I did skip the rape scene.
Yeah.
I couldn't sit through it. Only because I've seen this movie before and I've watched it in full.
So you've seen it before.
So when that scene came, I had to skip it.
It's almost like you have to see it because that kind of sets the tone of
what's happening.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is uncommon. You know what I mean? So, and she turns around and instead of like running, hiding, she like kills.
Yeah, her character arc is excellent. It's like Opie says, she does get away, barely.
Barely.
It's life or death. And then you even see later in the movie where she was licking her wounds and healing. It was just some empty shack and there's blood on the mat. It's just, she had a terrible thing happen to her. I hated how like she goes to the cop. The cop's like, don't worry, the law's up. And then he's one of the rapists. It's a rough watch. My mindset, I've talked to you guys about it off camera, of course, but like all you need to do for me is you have them stop around a little bit, take her to her room, shut the door, have her scream every now and then. I know what's happening. I'm a big boy. I'm grown up. I can find from A to B. I know. You know what? B comes right after A. It's like real simple,
but I
right?
feel like it doesn't give you that much like.
Even
if you were to see that, you're like, ugh. But now you're like, I feel like shitty. You're like, oh yeah, and then it kind of gets it's a build.
I'll actually agree with her when it comes to like I spit on your grave or anything like that. You probably do have to see that scene to really get the like. Yeah, if I were in this position, I'd do the same thing.
Okay.
But if it were more of like, oh, they closed the door and you don't see it, I'd be like, I'm not as into, I guess.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Here's the real problem. I watched the Death Wish movies when I was 13 or 14, and in that movie, Charles Bronson's wife and daughter are raped. His wife is murdered, and he goes around New York City hunting them down, but also killing other murderers and rapists.
Yeah.
And I think I watched that when my brain was kind of still not developing. I was 13, 14. I was 14, 15 when I watched it, but my mindset was always like, oh, rapists? Well, you kill those guys. Well, what about the law? Like, Charles Bronson doesn't care about the law. Oh. So when all I need is for you to take her in the room, and I don't care what she does to these men, because I know what they did to her. I don't need to see it. Sweetie, you want to set them on fire?
I envision the law is not on her side. I think it just adds to it. It just adds to it.
I think that's the only thing I'll meet you halfway. Showing the lawmen, the sheriff doing that, I think was necessary because it was like he was the last one to die, and I think that one because it was like it showed that she had no options. She had no options. No, the deaths were. That's what I'm saying. Like the original,
yeah.
But the one we had us watch, the deaths were excellent. They were simple, but they had to be simple because it's not like she has an army. She can't call a cop. Who's going to help her kill her? She has to do it herself.
She can order bombs and
exactly. She cannot be done.
And she's smart.
Can I just say
forceful?
Revenge.
I'm just gonna say real quick. I'm gonna start just ladies. Please, for the love of God,
don't
read
guys on.
the red flags. The beginning of the movie, she meets these creepy men and immediately tells, like, obviously not like creepy, look at the way they're looking at you, and she goes, oh yeah, I'm staying in this cabin in the middle of nowhere. Why would you tell them that?
Guys, I couldn't agree more. They're profile people.
Come on. Come on.
You don't have to be rude about it.
Oh, and then when the guy came and fixed her plumbing, and then she kissed him as like a thank you, she just kissed him on the lips.
She was very cute.
I think
I don't get strange men on the works like that.
no. My only issue with that is the gentleman is slow. He has a mental disability. I think she just kind of was like she saw him as a.
Oh, you're not getting really anything. Let me.
You don't do that.
This is like gold. What?
She just kissed him on the cheek. I mean, it sounds like you're blaming the victim.
No, I wouldn't kiss my plumber. First of all,
What if he was really sweet and slow?
no.
It's like,
What about on the cheek?
First of all, it's not her fault at all.
All right, but you just said she shouldn't have kissed him.
She shouldn't have kissed him. But I don't think her kissing him was the reason that she got raped.
No.
okay, so you have some opinions about the sheriff.
I have some opinions about the sheriff. Okay. I thought it was absolutely disgusting what he did to that girl, and then to turn around and go home to his wife and fucking daughter. It was so gross. But it makes you go like, these men really can just be just everyday family men who are really just trash human beings.
I couldn't agree. I held him most responsible. He's the oldest. He, like you said, married and he's a father. And he should not. Not that the other ones, because they're single, they're not, they don't have kids. It's no excuse, but I held him the most responsible. He's part of the law. He's a sheriff. He's the eldest. He has a wife. He has a daughter. He is the most, I think it's like.
But that's how crazy people can be. Though.
Oh yeah, people have double lives all the time.
Well, you think about you see this on the news all the time.
It's normal. It's common. People do.
These people
I'm gonna say it's common.
Like,
normal.
It's
common. Yes, common for sure.
Like
common for sure.
Cops, raping women, prostitutes, whatnot.
I worked with a guy who had a fake badge and sexually assaulted some women.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy too. It sucked when I found that out.
Double lie.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
What you guys are saying, it's nuts. Because I thought he was pretty cool. We had some laughs. He helped me out. Yeah. And then he was gone. And then a couple weeks later, I found out what he did.
It's just like you're gonna put your faith in this cop because he's a cop. But that's what he's there for. He's there for you to trust and for you to tell him like, hey, these men came into my home. They tried to hurt me, and he's like, oh, I got you. And it's like, yeah, he's got me. He doesn't. He's gonna rape you. It's so fucked up, bro.
Don't trust the police. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Don't trust a single policeman. Make sure they have a partner.
Run a few questions. Yeah.
It's like always like shoulda, woulda, coulda. There's nothing this woman could have done except maybe like been a little more like don't tell everyone, especially if you're new to town and you're not going to be there long. You don't need to tell anyone where you live. You don't need to tell anyone.
Get in, get out, get done with it.
Or for fun, tell them you're staying at a hotel 10 blocks away.
I mean, they obviously would have found her anyway because the plumber was part of their group. Obviously, he wasn't with them.
They were sex traffickers, right? Or something like that.
I don't think they were trafficking.
I think they were just bad people who wanted to rape her.
One guy did videos. He did like videotapes. Some type of weirdo.
Damien from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I was like, Damien, what are you doing? I was so mad.
Mean Girls?
2004.
Okay, time had passed.
Yeah.
Time had passed. Because if it was like this movie and then Mean Girls, I'd be like, ew.
I think out of all of the movies that we watched for this, like, I Spit on Your Grave really got me angry. I was so angry.
Totally should be.
And I think that's kind of why they left
Here's what I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is what's kind of, I think, just a hair different between our dynamics and Obi's dynamics.
Yeah.
She said, yeah, that's what you should be. You should be angry. I'm like, I don't want to be angry when I'm watching a movie. I don't want to go and like kill someone and hurt someone.
I was rooting for that girl. And like I said, I fast forwarded through the rape scene because I just couldn't watch it again. It's a really hard watch. But it's like I was there with her. I was yelling. I've seen this movie and I was still to this day I'm into it.
No, I got through the movie pretty quick too because it's like I watched it on Tubi and it was like 10 seconds. You just tap it and it goes 10 seconds. So it's like tap, tap, tap.
Okay.
Dialogue. Oh, tap, tap, tap. So I got through this movie pretty quick because I was I wasn't really watching. What was your real quick? What was your favorite? Like, what tasted the sweetest? The death. Who did you?
Ooh.
Who was your like? Oh, it was the death was perfect, and yeah.
It was the cop. You know,
the cop.
yeah.
The cop was rough
Because it's almost like
she raped him a little. I mean, I'm not saying like it's good to rape, but it's okay to rape him. She raped him
with the rifle.
But she wanted to show him
how it felt. And I'll tell you.
And then he's sitting there like apologizing and shit like that, and it's just like
it doesn't even matter at this
He
point.
didn't do it because when she leaves him,
Yeah.
she's saying, "I can't wait to rape you again in hell." Like that's a
Yeah.
I think I wrote in my notes. He went out not pretending to be anything different because
About a piece of shit.
also like when she
with that other guy though, the
main like the
one that who she Lorraine Bobbitt, he said
because she was laughing at him.
yeah,
She ripped out his teeth and she's just like, you're dumb, I don't even care. Like, that's not what you tell someone when you're strapped up. You don't tell a woman that you assaulted so terribly that you suck at this. Like he is like trying to take back the power. That's what and she's trying to like, you mean nothing to me.
This is nothing.
This is nothing. You're nothing.
I got what I want.
Did you watch the second one with her?
No.
Me neither. I was just because I'm wondering, did she get raped again? Or that's not funny. But did she get raped again? Or is it? No, I don't mean it.
No,
like, does she get raped again?
No,
or is it like a continuation?
Actually, there's like
Three,
five. There's
really?
five.
Okay.
Well, one of them is called "I Spit on Your Tombstone," and that goes in the past. And it's a woman who I think she's Native American, or she's supposed to be Native American. I didn't look into it. That's "I Spit on Your Tombstone." There's "I Spit on Your Grave," Deja Vu, which is a sequel to the original. So you see the woman from the original 70, 76, 72, I can't remember, and her daughter go through something very traumatic, and they team up to kill the pursuers. That's "I Spit on Your Grave," Deja Vu. There's "I Spit on Your Grave 2, which is a new girl. I saw a quick recap of it.
Well, I know the remake, because this one, but the 2010 one, they did a sequel, "I Spit on Your Grave 2, with the same actress.
I thought it was the third one.
Maybe it is the third. I don't know. I remember seeing her twice, but two different movies, but the same. Would you recommend this movie?
Oh yeah, watch it. It has its cringe moments, but as far as like I said, we're going for gore porn, right?
Yeah, it was torture. It was torture.
The murders, the killings, the blood, the scenes, and unfortunately the rape.
Just know you're going into this movie with a lot of trigger warnings.
There's rated and unrated versions. There is.
Yeah,
there's an unrated of "I Spit on Your Grave."
Yeah.
Oh Lord, God.
You gotta watch that.
I mean, this one's brutal enough. We've talked about it, where it's like if there's a movie and there's an unrated version, I always watch the unrated version.
Yeah.
It's usually got more. Yeah, it's more scenes, more blood. I love it. This one, I'm gonna just go on a ledge. I think that theatrical. I think the normal version's good enough. But if you want to test your limits, go ahead. Mark, do you recommend this movie?
I think you should, if you're gonna watch it. Like I said, there's a lot of trigger warnings. Make sure you read the trigger warnings. Like if you've been through something like that yourself, it could be a really hard watch for you.
Yes,
I do recommend it. I don't want to say I liked the movie because it's weird, but I did. I liked the torture, the way she the kills, the revenge.
Yeah. Mark, I'm sorry, I forgot, I didn't ask you, what was your favorite kill? Was it also the sheriff?
Oh, definitely the sheriff. Yeah. He needed to, he was the worst.
No, I liked it, but my favorite was the guy in the bathtub, because she slowly...
Oh, yeah.
I just felt like it was so much more creative, and it's putting a lot on him, because it's like she's slowly taking the boards, and he's kind of like, he's got to hold himself up, and he kind of touched it, and then he goes back up. I was like, it was like it's like a trap.
How long do you think it could last?
No, he lasted. I mean, if he wasn't such a disgusting piece of shit rapist, I'd be like, kudos to him. He really tried.
He didn't want to die. I feel like your body will go into fight or flight mode.
He pushed it to his very limits, but fortunately, I usually say unfortunately. Fortunately, he does succumb to the trap. But that was my favorite. I liked how creative it was. I like how it kind of made him his own killer. It's like, hey, dude, I'm just moving the boards. You don't go in the water. I'm telling you, water's bad. And it, obviously, it's a trap. But now that was my favorite. But Mark, I guess I would. No, I don't recommend this movie. I do like the revenge of the end. I just named this killing that I really loved. I loved all the revenge kills. I loved how she didn't die. I loved how she persevered. She came back.
So it's
she strategized.
Up the revenge on YouTube.
Like honestly, it's like if it was my choice, skip the first 45 minutes of it.
I get, like I said, I'm like right in the bit. Like I get where you're coming from, where you should show the rape scene because it like adds to it. But I get where you're coming from, where it's like it's not really necessary. Because like I said, I fast forwarded through it the second time because I couldn't stop.
And you still enjoyed the kills, right?
Yeah.
So but whatever, you're gonna do what you want to do. We're telling you about the movie. We're obviously telling you some things we liked about the movie. So you're gonna take it and you're gonna either want to watch it or you're not gonna want to watch it. But that's all right. That's all right. I mean, like I said, it was better than the original. Better picture, better acting. The kills were way better. Like awesome. I loved all the kills. They were very creative. They were very inventive. And like I said, I did like how she persevered. I loved that. I loved her character. I thought she did an excellent job. The actress was excellent. I can only imagine the shoot. Yeah. Because it's like guys are going to be filming some pretty hard stuff. I'm sure there was contracts. I'm sure there was what do they call them? Intimate coaches.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember. I'm sure Game of Thrones had a bunch of them.
Yeah.
They had a lot of the nudity and the thing. They definitely had people to make sure she felt comfortable. All the people felt comfortable because I know I wouldn't be like, wait, you're going to see my face? Can I be the one that gets killed before I rape her? Because I don't want to rape her. I don't want to be in this scene where I'm raping this chick. But anyway, Mark, what was your next pick?
My next pick was Eden Lake.
Oh my God. I've never heard of this movie until this woman told me about it.
And I'm like, I can't keep thinking of it. Magneto?
Yeah.
Oh, who the hell is actor?
Well, Michael Fassbender.
It just went way before.
And then Kelly Riley, she's in Yellowstone now. Can I just say real quick, the scene when they're driving through the woods, and he's driving just reckless.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, you're driving through the woods, you're gonna hit that tree
all that.
So
I'm talking about when
in the beginning.
Oh, in the beginning. I think that sets up he's not good under pressure.
He's so excited.
He's excitable, very excitable.
They're trying to get away.
Listen, what I like this movie, what's gonna show you is that teenagers are fucking crazy. Don't trust them.
I think it also.
Have you ever heard that song "Teenagers" by My Chemical Romance? Teenagers scare the fucking shit out of me. In this movie
irked me. It's almost like, ugh.
No, I agree.
Do you think at some point somebody would overpower them? I don't know.
They're kids.
You know what? They're kids, but they're also 18s.
They're
pretty fully grown.
But there's no age to get asked.
Also, the leader is a sociopath.
Oh, 100%.
You can't fight a sociopath. Not if he has a couple of goons backing him. He's
I think it makes because she's a school teacher too.
She loves kids, and she's like, no, they're just kids.
They're kids.
They are not just kids.
No, girl, they're stabbing this dude.
Well, they killed the dog because, to be fair, the dog was trying to attack them.
Who brings the knife? No, remember it was during an altercation. Someone had a knife. Michael Fassbender did not have a knife, but they kind of they have a little jolt. The dog comes in, and he gets stabbed. The knife, I think, ends up in Michael Fassbender's hand, but I don't know how that works.
First of all, there's nothing wrong with Michael Fassbender killing the dog because the dog was
attacking.
They were terrorizing them. They had knives.
But the kid goes absolutely crazy because they killed his dog.
Yeah.
But in this moment, Chin goes, my boyfriend goes, and I quote, "Fucking John Wick wannabe."
Oh, that's hilarious.
I thought it was the funniest thing.
That's hilarious.
But
he does it. He does it, John Wick. So
yeah. I mean, you killed my dog.
He is so butthurt about it, but I don't care because
your dog was kind of bad, dude.
Control your pet.
Also,
control your crew, control your ugly bitch.
is he allowed to love anything? Is he allowed to care for anything? Because you see what he does to other people. So, like, wait, we supposed to feel bad? Like, he killed my dog. Like, you're willing to kill everyone for the dog? Like, you're no better. That's
Gosh, yeah.
It's all an accident, too. It was an accident. Michael Fassbender says,
It was an accident. It wasn't. He wasn't trying to kill.
I would have said, you know what? You should ask yourself how we got here, sir. Who stole whose car? Did I steal my own car? That doesn't make any sense. You stole my car? Oh, okay, so we would have been on the beach, nowhere near your dog would be alive. This is your fault. Thank you for my keys.
They catch him so fast. Michael Fassbender. Like, they catch him so fast, and then they, like, barbed wire his wrists together.
It's
they know they're the townies, right? They're the kids in the town.
Yeah, they're the kids in the town. And where do they have razor wire? I don't know.
Also, his wife, Michael Fassbender's wife, when she just sat there, and like she did try to save him because obviously that's your husband, but Chin would be so mad at me if I didn't run. He'd be like, "Let me die, run, get out of here." I would have been gone. I would have been gone.
Out there, watch somebody getting tortured.
I also wouldn't be in that position though, because I don't camp in the woods. No, I don't do that.
Like camping camp.
Yeah.
Tent. I'm like, I'm late.
No. And it's supposed to be his romantic thing because it's actually their girlfriend and boyfriend, and he asked.
Oh yeah, they were gonna. Yeah, he was gonna propose.
So this is where he's gonna propose. Camping?
Maybe they're into it.
She was clearly not into it. She makes a joke on the way. It's like, my friend's boyfriend's taking her to Paris, and my boyfriend's taking me to a lake. Like, she jokes at him like, that's where we're going? And he's like, oh, it's beautiful, babe, it's beautiful. It's
and
like,
that tent, I think it was
it's beautiful, babe, it's so beautiful.
I love it.
That's really good.
That's the first transaction I heard. No, Michael Fassbender does not sound anything like that. No. He's very I think he's something else. He speaks German fluently. I think he is British born, I think, but he's something else. He's like Austrian or something. But no, Marky, I never heard of this movie before. Obi, I know you said it well. This movie was this was a meat grinder, this movie. And it's like we talked about Death Cats, we talked about Saw. I think this movie is harder and more brutal because there's just so many dark things that happen.
And it's kids.
The kid with the fire, let's not get into it.
I've never seen Yellowstone.
I'm like,
I've never seen Yellowstone. I don't know if you guys have, but I know that Kelly Riley's supposed to be like a badass in that movie or that TV show, and I wonder if they saw this movie because of how much of a badass she was in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, it might be like they definitely were like, who are we gonna pick? Like, what work has she done? Because I watched a little video about her talking. She's like, this movie was the most physically demanding movie I've ever done. She's running all over the place. And it's nuts. It's just, she should have just kept running in one direction and just never looked back.
Like, even the kids' friends were like, hey, maybe we're going too far. And it's like, if all of you guys turned on him, you would have outnumbered him.
Yeah.
There was the one guy, Marky, no BS, that's the name of the man, the only black friend. He was in it. He didn't talk a lot, but the guy said stab him, and he stabbed the shit out of this guy. But a lot of other people were like, I don't know. This isn't fun. Not to mention, imagine you and your friends. He wants you to stab someone, and he's going to videotape you stabbing someone, so you can't turn around. And then he's going to ask you to run for 2 days straight. Would you do that?
No, I'm going to walk.
You lost me at run for 2 days straight. I don't want to run.
Not videotape me now.
You can videotape me stabbing someone. Are we going to run after it? Because we're going to run after it. I'm not stabbing anyone.
Now we're both going to get caught because you're going to be my accomplice because you videotaped me watching it. And everybody has
to quote Stu Macher, peer pressure on partners sensitive.
No, it's a joke. You're saying it as a joke.
He peer pressured
2 of them.
Yeah.
Really 3 of them. It's all peer pressure. The guy who played the boss, the team boss, was excellent. We talked about it in one of our episodes, Mark Wahlberg, when I saw him in Fear. I didn't trust this man. I didn't watch his stuff. This guy, I'm gonna stay away from him. He just was absolutely frightening. He gave 110%.
And he just looked mean.
Oh, he just nailed it. He nailed that role.
This movie is actually, I know we've talked before about how we like the endings where the good guy doesn't win. This movie, I'm actually really upset that she doesn't get away.
Yeah.
She makes it out, and just to go to their home, like the kids' family home, and they're just as fucking crazy.
Here's my problem. You guys love when no one makes it out alive. Good for you. I'm not like that. My problem with the movie is like, yeah, it ends like that, but she's in the bathroom and she's kind of like putting water on her face, and she gets like a razor, an old-fashioned razor, and she's ready to fight. So I'm like, if she dies swinging, okay, it was rough. I'm not gonna be happy about it, but she does it. They grab her arm, they take the razor out of her. You don't even see her die. You just see the psychopath staring in the mirror, trying on his new Ray-Ban sunglasses, slowly smiling. I just didn't like that. It's like what you said, but if she would have went out, if she would have killed one of them, even one of them would have been like, that's how she was gonna. She did not have a good day. This is how the day ends. Her
but do you really want to see that? Do you really want to see that? Her going out
and living and surviving?
Oh, well, no, dying still.
Oh, no, I didn't want to, but
it would have been a good
between her getting one of them or cutting them up and then her dying, I'd be like, can't argue.
Yeah,
she went out swinging, and that's the only thing I'm going to walk away with is like, this girl had a hell of a day, but you want to know what? They did not walk away unscathed. But they did. They did. And the guy's going to blame it all on her. That's another thing I hated, how they added that little bit where it's like, she killed all these kids, like, in self-defense.
Yeah.
So, hold on, I don't.
And he destroys the video because they have it on video.
Yeah, he deletes it at the end.
He deletes the video.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
He used the video to make him do it, but he doesn't want the video because it's evidence on it. It's
like, damn, I just pushed these people to do all this and got away with it.
I didn't like. Did you guys like the? I know you didn't like it, but like I didn't like how they did it, where like the smallest one, who clearly is in over his head, is like, ma'am, miss. I think he was gonna be like, I'm really sorry. Can we get out of here? I need your help. I'm hanging out with psychos. And she's just so, I guess, traumatized. She's so freaked out. She turns around and just stabs him and kills him.
She cries. She's heartbroken.
I know, but I didn't like it because it didn't make sense for her to kill the smallest one and the one who looked.
She kills all of them.
Doesn't matter. The worst. They're all
bad. I wish she killed all of them.
Most of them.
She kills
a lot of them.
She kills two of them. She kills. And then the dude kills one of them. So they lost three. There was a group of 6, and only 3 survived. Because when she's driving away, she runs over the chick, which I loved that part. Because
I did not like that girl.
I didn't like it either. She was just like,
take a picture.
She doesn't get her hands dirty. Also,
no,
she's just holding the camera. So I'm like, what makes this bitch so special? You make the 12-year-old stab him, but this chick doesn't. Anyway. Technically, it was a horror movie. Technically, I was disturbed by it. Technically, I walked away it disturbed me. So technically, it did its job. Excellent film.
Would you recommend it?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, I would.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It's pulp.
When they're stabbing him, it's tough to get through to.
Oh yeah.
In his mouth and.
It's a lot.
Oh, that scene when they're like, she's like saying goodbye to. She's like, I'm gonna get help, and it's just like he's not gonna survive.
But
I knew he was.
But he does. But he does. He gets away from that post, and then.
They set him on fire.
R.I.P.
No, but that was. Yeah, I never heard of a movie, and to be completely honest, I wish I never had.
Oh.
But I did. Yeah, I do recommend it because it's so. It's so well paced. They know how to transition. I don't know. Like, it was done well. Acting's flawless. The gore, the intensity when they're stabbing, because they're using box cutters. It is so gritty and
so simple.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. I wish they would have just cut a couple of people and then get killed. But anyway,
what's your number?
My second pick is, some would say the first guy, they call him the Godfather of Gore, Herschel Gordon Lewis, who's done several movies. For give you a little context, 1968, Night of the Living Dead comes out. It's in black and white, and people were really disturbed by the eating of the corpses and the dead walking. In 1961, Herschel Gordon Lewis does a movie in color, and it shows dismemberment and plucking the eyes out and just so much blood in its color. So even he himself said this movie was not a good movie, but it's the first of its kind. It's the first of gore. It's the first where you're seeing people being stabbed and slowly cut to pieces, and their body parts are being removed. And if he hadn't done this, would we have gotten a Nightmare on Elm Street? Would we have gotten a Saw? Would we have gotten all these movies that we just mentioned right now if someone in 61? Well, who inspired them?
Okay. So there's a reasoning behind why you picked this movie.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of the start of...
This is the first real gore movie. This is the first gore. He's the guy, they call him the Godfather of Gore. He's done several other movies.
Okay.
And yeah, he's just like, he was just...
And sometimes I have to take myself out and just remember that for that time, with that budget.
This is 62 years ago.
This is the gore. This was gruesome.
That's the gore, because you can't actually see someone being killed.
Yeah.
You know, so this is the closest they can get is this one. I would really recommend it because of that. He's done several other ones like The Gore Girls or Wizard of Gore. Those are pretty good movies as well. But like this one is his first one, so you know, it's a little bumbly. It's honestly a little kitschy and silly and stupid. But I couldn't help but respect him and respect the movie because he went out. And like I said, Night of the Living Dead, it happened 7 years later, and it didn't even have the dolls to be color.
Like, who picked that movie? Because I was questioning, and I was just like, Fernandez.
Blood Feast.
Blood Feast.
We didn't say the name. Blood Feast.
Yeah, Blood Feast.
It's a very 60s movie, you can tell.
So 60s. The costumes, the music.
Mr. Ramsey.
Oh, yeah.
The eyebrows on that man were phenomenal.
He's supposed to be an Egyptian. He is not.
No.
No. What?
He wasn't. I mean, they were doing that. They've been doing that for years. They just stopped like 10 years ago. If you had a tan, you could play a Mexican. You could play an Egyptian. That's just how it goes. You know. Look at the Mummy. The girl who played Anaxenum. She's Mexican. That bitch ain't Egyptian.
But they're Maya.
But they do it. They do that all with.
Yeah.
No, they do it all the time. Yeah, but this guy, the makeup stumbled.
That was
They stumbled. He did not look Egyptian.
Listen,
that's.
I think I love classics.
Yeah.
I do. I love the classics. I don't think it's a very good movie. It made me laugh.
It's a silly.
Some of the quotes he says, "Hey baby, I'm here. I'm not gonna let anyone hurt you." And then he goes, "Prove you love me." And I'm like,
I'm gonna tell you this. That's what he was taught to say. That's what they taught you to say.
Crying on the beach.
Oh yeah, he's so hysterical. I don't think there's a single acting.
A lot of it's broad daylight. Like, this is going on in broad daylight.
Yeah, well, they do a lot of the thing where it's like supposed to be night. It's not night.
No.
What's the scene? Because I watched it a while ago. When he sticks the finger in the girl's mouth.
I don't know what he was doing.
But he was sticking his finger, and I was like,
trying to grab her tongue, maybe?
I think so. I was gagging. I was like, that's so gross.
Wash his hands. Like, that's running through my mind.
That's what I'm saying. This movie it's like gritty in a different way. It's gritty like how they made it.
The budget, $24,000 I saw, and I'm like, I wonder how much that woman got paid to have that man's finger.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of money for that time.
I would have needed all that $24,000.
Well, the main girl, the one who survives, and the cop, the younger cop, they actually got married. She's a playboy.
In real life?
Yeah, they got married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's probably why they only... Their on-screen chemistry was like, oh, that's his wife.
My favorite part of the movie, though, is the ending when he dies in the garbage truck, and then they just leave him. They're like, all right, and then they walk away.
He belongs. Where he like
it was like
what? No yellow tape, no
nothing.
We're not gonna.
They just walk away, and that garbage man, that poor garbage man who killed him, for doing his job, was just like, oh, he's a dead body. It was garbage truck.
I'm not gonna lie, that's how the movie ends, and I was like, damn it.
He wrapped it up. That was a $24,000.
No,
what else were they gonna do though? They only had $24,000, and they spent it on the finger in the mouth.
Yes, I can only imagine that movie was probably also done on favors. Like, hey, Sid, bring your garbage truck. We're gonna shoot this shot. Just give us an hour. We'll be in and out. Like,
probably that would make sense.
I mean, there's that's why when you said $24,000,
a lot of the shots were in that corner scene at the desk. Hey, it's like,
oh yeah, I said that too. I said the same thing. I was like that's just a weird shot. And then the way they're reading the paper.
Yeah.
There's a moment where I think they went to his where he had the statue and he was whipping the woman.
Yeah.
Whipping the woman. Oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah. And they find his stuff and he's not there though, and there's just the two cops, and then the camera zooms on the one cop and he's yelling at cops, but nobody else. I didn't see anyone else running.
It's like, who are you yelling at?
And he can tell in his face he's not looking at anybody.
The acting was appalling. The effects were disgraceful. Honestly, at the end of the movie, I thought it was just that I think maybe to help us appreciate where we've gone. Because Obi, what you said, you take yourself out of it. For me, it was just this is what they were watching, and they were disturbed. But then it's now I look what we're watching now.
No, it's
how
even
far have we gone?
That hacking, the way he was moving, is you'd have to kind of arch your back a little bit more to knock that bone and flash.
I'm not gonna lie, I do feel bad making you guys watch it.
Oh my god! But the scene where he brings the girl into the kitchen and lays her on the counter and shit, and he's like, "Close your eyes."
Oh, okay. She is so
okay. 2023.
No.
Unfortunately, that's not. I mean, we're still gonna be here.
No.
Do you want the part?
No. Yeah.
But would you recommend this movie?
I think technically, just if I would recommend looking at his other movies. This is his first movie.
That's a good suggestion.
I recommend it. I was fortunate. I watched it for free, so it's not.
Yeah.
You don't lose any money.
No.
If you can't get it for free.
If you like cheesy old classic horror movies, go for it. That's what it is.
Exactly.
That's what you're getting. You're not going to go and you're like, this is the greatest film I've ever seen.
No, you're not. You're not going to
You're not going to say it. But if you like those kind of movies and you just want to enjoy it, go for it.
You have a little party, a little Halloween party, you want something in the background, or you're, just, like I said, you look into him, Herschel Gordon Lewis, I mean, he's just an innovator for sure. And this is just his first movie. So it's if you check out some of his other stuff and you're like, I want to see this first movie. It's wow, I didn't know he had one in 1961. You check it out, but yeah, I recommend it. But I guess, but just like what Mark's saying, just for fun. Don't walk in thinking anything. You and your friends could make this movie. That's all I'm going to say.
That's true.
And but I don't know.
I think we can probably recreate it right now.
The name was misleading. I actually thought it's gonna be werewolves, eating and
Blood Feast. So it's him worshiping this old goddess, and he's part of this cult. And that's what they would call when they would kill a lot of people. Okay. They would do the sacrifice, a blood feast. But don't get me wrong, I get what you're saying.
It's almost why can't you just get all the organs from one body?
They needed multiple sacrifices. It's the logic. Don't look for logic. Let's not look for logic in this movie. But no, I think it just was one killing. How many butts are we going to put in the sea for one killing? Even back then they knew it's we got to have a couple of deaths.
Yeah.
I mean, what? I bought all this blood. But yeah. That's our picks, That's our
I feel our picks were pretty good because you could have went with the most obvious ones. I always talk about the Terrifier and Terrifier 2. I'm not a fan of those movies. They're just it's too much. Yeah. It's too much.
Wow. Over the top.
But
It's too cheesy at some point.
But I really enjoy their picks. Like, they were different.
All,
you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. I couldn't agree more. They were all a little piece of here, a little piece of there. And
A little cheesier than most.
I think
That was what you do best, though.
I think besides Saw and Eden Lake, they were all pretty cheesy.
Yeah.
House of a Thousand Corpses is a little cheesy.
Yeah.
The Fishman.
Well, what about I Spit on Your Grave?
Cheesy. I didn't believe it. No, you're right. I forgot about I Spit on Your Grave. That's what reminded me of I Spit on Your Grave. I'm trying to forget that.
Sorry.
No, but you're right. That one's pretty serious. But so half cheesy, half not so cheesy.
Yeah. So we're throwing a little bit of everything out there.
Everything, yeah. But
Let us know what your favorites are, and
yeah, we're always willing to we want to hear recommendations or what you thought about the movies that we suggested, suggestions of your own. Please, we're always in the lookout for new movies to talk about or even just to watch. But what do you think? I think that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it.
Commenting. Yeah.
Please like our stuff, and we're gonna be
share it.
Share it.
Tell your friends about us. We're kind of fun when funny, and
Tell your grandpa.
I like to hang out with me on the weekends, so I sound like such a loser.
No, cut that out. You guys are real cool. You guys are the coolest.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Next time.
Thank you.
Bye.